Bitcoin reserve plan. Dogecoin under pressure continues sliding to bear territory. Bitcoin slips below 80,000 US dollars. XRP price highs upside and strong recovery odds compared to BTC. Hi guys, welcome to Crypto B101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. This is where we discuss the news that are making waves in the space. Also, this is where we talk about what the cryptocurrency market cap is looking like. As well, we take a look at what the calendar of the day, which is the event of the day, will look like as well. And don't forget, we also take a look at what the sentiment it is in the market. And after that, we're going to take a look at the chart to analyze different tokens and to know if we need to be part of this great thing that is going on in the crypto space. All right, thanks for joining me once again. I am Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. If you've not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can be part of this great thing that is happening on this platform. All right, without wasting our time, let's dive into the business of the day. And what we're going to do first is to check the news that are making waves on the radar. Now, you can see that Bitcoin has no bottom in sight as Bitcoin funding rate swings. Bitcoin perpetual funding rate turns slightly negative, reaching an annualized rate of -2%, and that has made a lot of people believe that it is not in sight. Also, you need to understand one thing, that we've been seeing correction going on happening in the space for some times, and those corrections are due because if you know we reached 110,000 US dollars and now we are having corrections to 70k and above thereabout, but we're still going to talk about that shortly on the show. More news on the radar still regarding BTC. You can see that Bitcoin now has now dumped to 4 months low. Liquidation sells to about 1 billion US dollars. That is 1 billion US dollars was liquidated in BTC when we saw the dump that has been happening. And also that is not the end, because we've now seen Bitcoin bouncing back from that 77k crash, and ETH plummet to 17 low months low. And a lot of people, they've got reaction to. We all know we have big people in the crypto space, and if you look at the screen right now, you see that Binance CEO, which is CZ, has now come to say it has reacted to the brutal Bitcoin crash that we saw. Also, you can see Peter Schiff has now more crypto millionaires as Bitcoin collapses to 76,000 US dollar. Not only CZ and Peter Schiff, even Rich Dad Poor Dad, talking about Robert Kiyosaki, also has come out to say that he will keep on acquiring more BTC as Bitcoin is on sales. And if you read with me right here, you see that Rich Dad Poor Dad author react to giant BTC crash, and it says, I will continue to acquire Bitcoin on sales. Remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment only. Always make sure you do your own research before you invest in cryptocurrency, and make sure you trade with the money you can afford to lose. All right, let's continue with the news. And now if we look at ETH has now been in double trouble. And why? Because Ethereum price fall below $1,800 price crash amid testnet attack. we all know a lot of things has been going on with ETH this bull cycle, and it has not been doing well as a project. And I hope another altcoin will later overthrow Ethereum from the second place, because if you look at ETH, the gas fee, they had to increase it again even when it wasn't doing well. They were having governance problem and so on. So I don't know what is really wrong with ETH and Vitalik, and the new CEO that they assigned has a lot of work to do. So Ethereum double trouble, ETH price fall below 1,800, price crash amid testnet attack. More news on the radar, and this one is still on altcoins. And if you look at it, you'll see that this is XRP on the verge of reversal. It's either it happens now or never. We all know XRP has done really well from 30 cents to about $3 or whereabout, but it has been falling back. And on like last 2 weeks ago, when Donald Trump announced XRP to be among the strategic reserve, we saw massive gain that happens again, and XRP hit important price level that might become the start of the long time reversal. So we need to watch out for that. More news on the radar, and now this is now regarding to the correlation with Bitcoin and Nasdaq, because Bitcoin and Nasdaq could stabilize a bull positioning as yen appears stretched positioning, and Japanese institutional activity could cap gains in yen, paving the way for bounce in Nasdaq and Bitcoin. And speaking of Nasdaq, we all know that major stock indices slip as crypto face macro headwinds despite favorable policy. And if you read with me, you'll see that the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 and even Dow Jones Industrial Average all dropped significantly as traders await the inflation reports. Even Nikkei 225 and Hang Seng futures indicated further losses in Asia, reflecting global market stress. We all know all this started when Donald Trump started the tariff war with other countries, the likes of China, Mexico, and Canada. But we're going to see how that turns out. And speaking of inflation, that one will be due in due time, but SEC may modify proposal to exclude crypto entities from being classified as exchanges. And if you look at the screen right now, you see that the SEC is considering modifying regulatory proposal to exclude entities facilitating crypto transaction from being classified as an exchange. And also, acting SEC chairman Mark Ueda criticized the previous approach under Gary Gensler, stating it was a mistake to ink treasury market regulatory with crypto market oversight. We all know we have all this pro cryptocurrency in government now, and I think they are trying to ease all the policy we've been facing for the past decade or so. More news on the radar, and this one is now from Coinbase. Coinbase plans India comeback after securing regulatory regulation with FIU. And the crypto exchange started withdrawing from the country in 2022 due to regulatory pressure, but now I think they're back in India for business, and I think that is bullish for the market as well. Let's take more news on the radar, and if you look at this now, we are now talking about Trump's first inflation report due as risk investor seeks sign of cooling. We all know our CPI data will be coming out tomorrow, and that is the first CPI data that is going to come out under this new administration. I'm speaking of the administration of the president-elect Donald J. Trump since he assumed office. So we're going to be expecting the data tomorrow. And now that the market is not really looking good, a lot of people are concerned on how that might turn out. So slower inflation could raise the chance of interest rate cuts than that might boost riskier assets such as cryptocurrencies and others. Now, speaking of Trump inflation report, the EU, that is the European Union, they've come out to say that Trump crypto support may damage Europe's monetary sovereignty. So, and I think, there's been clash between the USA and the EU regarding the war between Ukraine and Russia. EU is supporting Ukraine. United States, Trump himself wants a peace talk. And so a lot of rift has been coming, and now they're adding this to it with EU official says Trump's crypto support may damage Europe's monetary sovereignty. We're going to see how that turns out. And before we round up on the news segment, I still have one country to talk about, and that is El Salvador. We all know El Salvador had a deal with IMF, but they say even regardless of the deals that they have with IMF, they will continue buying BTC. And now El Salvador signs crypto regulation agreement with Paraguay, and you can see El Salvador had previously entered an agreement with Argentina. So that means in that North America, in the South America, El Salvador is trying to expand its code for crypto adoption, and I think that is good news for the crypto community. Remember, this is just this is not financial advice, but it's just for educational purpose and entertainment only, as we discuss the things that matters in the crypto community. So that's the news I have for you on the radar this morning. Let's now check what the market cap and the event of the day is looking like. Now, let's see what the event of the day is looking like. If you look at the market cap, you see that yesterday we didn't have important news like that, but today we have only one important news, which is the JOLTS job opening, and the data is going to be released at 2 p.m. GMT or UTC today. So we need to take note of that. So that's the only news that is important, but from tomorrow, we're going to have important news coming out of the economic calendar, talk about CPI and all of that will be released tomorrow. But for today, we're only going to be waiting for the JOLTS job opening at 2 p.m. UTC GMT. All right, that's on the event of the day. Let's now check what the cryptocurrency market cap is looking like. And if you look at the cryptocurrency market cap, you see that we are now going below what we were 2-3 weeks 4 weeks ago, because we were close to $4 trillion US market cap before, but because of these corrections we are seeing in the space, cryptocurrency at large, the cryptocurrency market cap has now dropped down to 2.6 trillion US dollars. Yes, that is what the cryptocurrency market cap is sitting on right now, 2.6 trillion US dollar. You can see about 154 billion US dollars was traded in the last 24 hours. And you can see the trendy token Ondo and Ethereum, they are part of trendy tokens, and the top gainers are right there with super rare part of the top gainers. Now let's take a look at the top 20 cryptocurrency on the market, and if you look at the screen right now, you find out that BTC remained number one, with haven't been falling for about 13% in the last 7 days, and we all see market cap of BTC alone is now below 2 trillion. Also, number 2 is ETH, which is trading at 1,911 and is below 2,000, which is a record low since 2022. And you can see that it's been down with 15% in the last 7 days and close to 10% in the last 24 hours. Also, sitting at number 3 is Theta. Theta is number 3. XRP is at number 4 with 20% down in the last 7 days, and BNB is at number 5 with 8.8% down in the last 7 days. Number 6 is Solana with 24.4% down in the last 7 days. USDC is at number 7, and sitting at number 8 is Cardano, which has been down with 30% or more than 30% in the last 7 days. And if you look at number 9 is Dogecoin. Dogecoin is at 25% in the last 7 days drawdown, and also about 7.8% in the last 24 hours. Also, if you look at number 10 is Tron Network. Tron Network is sitting at number 12, number 10, excuse me, and number 11 is Lido Stake, and it's been down with 15% in the last 7 days. Number 12 is Wrap Bitcoin, and it's been down with 12.4% in the last 7 days. Pi Network has made it to number 13 with 21% down in the last 7 days. Also, if you look at Leo token is sitting at number 14, and number 15 is Chainlink. Chainlink has been down also with 19.6% in the last 7 days. And if you look at some of these tokens that have been down, that this Liberty Financial Institution are investing in, that they are back with Donald Trump, they really gained when he announced 2 Sundays ago that is going to be putting some asset in the strategic US reserve. But you see what is happening now because of the crypto summit that they held on Friday, yield nothing. All those tokens are now tanking because everybody's just saying that it's like there's nothing more to what the president can do. He can only talk about this and that, but no really action, because what the summit was all about was, to me, was nothing. It was just like a meeting. No strategy on how they will acquire more. Only what they seize or the one they acquire through some criminal they arrest and all of that is what they will be using to keep and not sell them. But now we were thinking probably they're going to come out with some how am I going to call it? Probably they'll come out with some strategy on how they will acquire more, but nothing like that was said. And you can see all the tokens are reacting to that. All right, let's continue on the top 20. Number 16 on the list is USDS. Number 17 is Edera, which is H bar, and it's been down about 19.6% in the last 7 days. Number 18 is Wrap ETH. Also, that one has been down with 15.5% in the last 7 days. Number 19 is Stellar, 20.6% in the last 7 days. And number 20 is Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu has been down 12.6% in the last 7 days and about 6.7% in the last 24 hours. Avalanche has been kicked out of top 20. Bitcoin Cash has been kicked out of top 20. Litecoin has been kicked out of top 20. The likes of Sui and Toncoin also, they have been kicked out of top 20. We saw the market has been bleeding for some times now due to the uncertainty between United States and some key allies when it comes to trade war. But now, if you're interested in knowing the top 100 token on the market or top 1000 tokens, you might want to check out CoinGecko.com to get that information. So that's that on the cryptocurrency market cap, sitting at 2.6 trillion US dollars as of now that I'm recording. Now let's dive into what the chart is now looking like, and I know that's where a lot of you have been waiting for, to know how to deal with some of the tokens you are holding on to. So let's dive into the chart right now, and if you look at the screen, you'll find that our BTC has been recovering from the 76,000 sell-off that we saw yesterday. But now, what do we need to do? We need to understand that it is not a buy yet for investors and crypto sports trader. For derivative, leverage trading and all of that, you need to join my Discord channel and my Telegram channel. The links are down in the description and you can get signals for that. But for this one, this is just for crypto investors and for what? Crypto sports traders, whereby you buy and hold for some times and you sell when you make gains. But remember, this is not financial advice. This is just for educational purpose and entertainment only. Make sure you do your own research before you invest in any token, and also make sure you trade with the amount of money you can afford to lose as trading is very, very risky. All right, let's go back to the chart. If you look at the screen right now, BTC is trying to recover, but do we have a buy now? No, not a buy now. We need to wait for signal to come. Let's now check more on the radar. Let's check ETH. If you look at ETH right now, Ethereum also is not a buy right now. Please stay away from it. Let's take a look at SUI. SUI also is not a buy right now. Please stay away from it. Let's take a look at X. X also is not a buy right now. Please stay. XRP, I mean, is not a buy right now. Please stay away from it. Let's take a look at Avalanche. Avalanche also is not a buy right now. Please stay away from it. Let's take a look at AAVE. AAVE also, it's not a buy right now. Kindly stay away from it if you're an investor or a spot trader. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana also, it's not a buy right now. Let's take a look at ADA. ADA also is not a buy right now. Let's take a look at Ton. Ton coin also is not a buy. So basically all altcoins and BTC have not really given us signal for investing or spot trading, because they are not a buy right now. But if you are a leverage trader, you are into margin trading, options, and options, leverage trading, and all of that, you can scale in, but you need experience. And you can join my Telegram channel or my Discord channel for free signals daily, as that will help you. But for investors and crypto, stay away from it. Is not a buy right now. Remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for education, purpose, and entertainment only. Make sure you do your own research before you partake in any trading or any investment that with regards to this. Now let's take a look at meme coins and see what meme coins excuse me, looks like. Now we're going to start with Dogecoin. Of course, if you look at Dogecoin, it's not a buy right now as well. We can't invest in it right now. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana also, it's not a buy. Excuse me, Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is not a buy yet. Let's take a look at Pepe. Pepe is not a buy right now. Let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo, of course, is not a buy right now. Let's take a look at X. X also is not a buy right now. Let's take a look at Notcoin. Not is not a buy right now as well. Let's take a look at Dogs. Dogs, the same thing, no signals for us to get into the market. Let's take a look at Nero. Nero is still not in, but it has created an entry which is around 0.036. So I think Nero is actually a buy right now, and the stop loss is at 0.318. So that is for Nero, but let's see if it's going to break 0.03. Then you can make your choice on if you want to buy Nero. Let's take a look at Deep. Deep also is not a buy right now. Let's take a look at Popcat. Popcat also is not a buy right now. Let's take a look at Trump Official. Trump Official also is not a buy right now. And the last but not the least, which is Melania Coin. Melania token also is not a buy right now. So basically, most of all these projects and assets have not really given us signal for spot trader or an investor to get back into them, because they've not given us signals to get back into the game. But remember, like I told you, this is not financial advice. This is just for education purpose only and entertainment. Just sharing my knowledge with you. But with my years of experience in the game, I've always been able to predict with more than 90%. Right now, let's dive. Let's see what is really going on with BTC before we check the sentiment. You can see BTC, yes, is moving, but it doesn't mean we should get into it, because yesterday, if you watched my show yesterday, you can see when it was moving also, I told you it's not a buy yet, and you can see what happened later, plummet down to 76,000 users. So you need to always exercise patience when it comes to trading. Right now, nothing is actually looking good for spot traders and investors. But for leverage trader, margin trader, option trader, and all of that, you might want to join my Discord channel, my Telegram channel, to get more information and signals on how you can trade the market. All right, like I always say, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment only. Make sure you do your own research before you invest in any trading project. All right, with that being said, let's check what the sentiment is looking like in the market. And if you look at the fear and greed index, we are sitting now at 24%. Last month was fear, last week was extreme fear, yesterday was extreme fear, and now is also extreme fear. But the number is gradually moving up because last week we were on 15, yesterday 20, today right now we are sitting on 24%. And I told you, when it's extreme fear, that is when it's good to start accumulating, but you just don't accumulate. You need to get into the game at the right time, and that's why we normally analyze the chart analysis and the project for us. All right, comment in the comment section if you have any other project you want me to look into. I'm going to take a look at them and I will definitely analyze them for you. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can only get all this juicy content as I drop it for you every day. It's CryptoBee101 on all platforms. You can follow me on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok to get more nugget as I drop for you every day. Also, what you need to know is on X, I have so much news I drop daily out of the space. So you might want to follow me out on those social media handles. CryptoBee101, that is the handle. All right, that's what I have for you on the show today. That's what I have for you on the show today. My name still remains the same, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, aka KC the Great. And this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. Until I catch you tomorrow on another wonderful pack episode of this great show, it's peace out.